We've talked about it a couple times on this channel before about Nio entering the mass market and how they have strategies and plans in place to try to do that. Well, there's a new report going around now that Nio has officially started to start this process of entering the mass market, but nothing has officially been confirmed by Nio. But we're going to talk about all of that in this video, so hit that sub button to stay up to date on all things Nio. So again, Nio is trying to enter the mass market, which basically what that means is create cheaper cars for people who don't have a lot of money to get their hands on an EV or some other kind of car. And the way they're going to do this is they're targeting a car price at about $31,300, which I think is a fairly decent price for a new vehicle, because
especially EV,
right,
for an EV,
right. And hopefully, if it gets anything, any kind of love that the Nio brand gets, this sub brand is going to be one hell of a brand. So we'll see what happens when more information about that comes out. But we'll give you guys all the information that we know now, and that is that the car is going to be priced roughly, it's been estimated around $31,300, which again I think is a fantastic price for a lot of people entering the market. And that it seems like that's kind of like maybe the average price here in the United States for a sedan is around $25,000 to $35,000, depending on the the trim package. I think I had a stroke there. I'm not even gonna lie. But they said Nio is assembling a team internally to secretly create a new lower end sub brand that will target the market price of around $31,000. Now, what this means also is, so you think of it like this: you have, let's say you have GM. GM will be your Nio, or we'll do it this way, make it easier. Cadillac is going to be your Nio brand. It's really high end, fancy. Every time you see it, like, oh, that's a fancy car. Well, then your cheaper, lower end brand, which is still a good brand, is going to be more of like your Chevy or GMC. It's cheaper than Cadillac, but it's still the same GM brand. So that's pretty much what's going to happen here. Is Nio's going to have their Nio, and then they're going to split it off and have the whatever the sub brand name is. But they said Nio's sub brand project is currently in the confidential stage, and that the sub brand name has not been finalized yet. So who knows what they're going to do here. Maybe they'll go on with like the Matrix kind of theme and do like because they got Nio, maybe they'll just go with another name from the Matrix. Who knows? I'm just full of it right now. But Nio's brand targets, this lower brand is designed to target entry level workers, people who are new to the market, job wise, who really essentially don't make as much money, anywhere in the 2 to 5 year range, basically, independent people, so people who just don't have a whole lot of money.
Just people that just got out of college, that are only been at their they might still be in an entry level job, right? At 2 years. So yeah, just people that make good money, but just started their career path, pretty much.
Exactly. So Tech Planet went on and quoted an insider from Nio, and again, this is just an insider, so this is almost essentially, think of it as like a rumor. But the insider said, in order to differentiate Nio from Nio, it is highly likely that a relatively independent new subsidiary will be established. So could this be that second company, a spinoff? Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's going to be for sure. And then they also said we are actively looking at ways to enter the mass market more aggressively, which is a long-term strategy for us. And William Lee actually said that. So, that's good. We've been hearing for a little while that they want to do this, but it's nice that it's not just rumors in the rumor mill, as we say. It's actual confirmation from the company itself that they're doing this. Right. And then the article went on and said, generally speaking, if a brand is perceived by users as high end, then its lower price models tend to be popular as well. And however, if a company enters the market from a lower price product, it can be extremely difficult to enter the high end market. Right. And I kind of look at this as, not to knock on Kia. I've owned a Kia. It was a great car, but they're kind of known for cheaper cars, and that's kind of like them when they made their like K900, like an $800 or $80,000 car, right, under the Nio brand or under the Kia brand. It's like, you know,
right?
And it's like their new like Telluride, like it's supposed to be more of a high end car, and it's kind of like
it's a nice looking
like,
car. Like not knocking anybody that has one. It's a really nice looking car, but like I feel like the Kia, the Kia to me, Kia puts off like, hey, we're here to give you the car, but it's going to be a little bit cheaper. So
right, exactly. Like I said, not knocking on Kia at all. I've had one and it was a perfectly good car. It's just they're known for cheaper cars, so for them to put out a high end car is kind of weird, and people are going to be put off by that.
Right.
You know, but if Kia started out as a higher end vehicle, like if they put out the Telluride and the K900 first and then worked their way down,
right,
it would be the complete opposite.
Right. Oh, I agree.
Yeah. So that's basically what they're trying to say. And it says Nio is the only local Chinese brand with a firm foothold in the high end market, which again is, you know, that is obviously good.
Right.
And it said the latest data from the Chinese Automotive Technology and Research Center shows that Nio's average vehicle sales price in May was 67,600, and that's higher than BMW's 61,000 and slightly lower than Mercedes 68,000. That's like the average vehicle sales price, as I said. So, you know, they're kind of in between BMW and Mercedes, which is good. And for being an EV,
I think they are on the perfect. I think they're on the perfect track here. I really do.
Right, because it's like I could buy a BMW or a Mercedes pretty much at the same price as an EV, as a premium EV, not just an EV, which usually, you know, EVs, no matter the level, were typically more expensive,
right?
At not, you know, as high of quality, say as a BMW or Mercedes. So I think they're, you know, that is awesome. I think they're doing everything right because it is high like a premium car, and it's also an EV.
Right, exactly. So this is definitely good news coming out of Nio. Hopefully, you know, this is a good thing to see, and hopefully things like this continue to come out of Nio, because this is exactly where you want to see them go, and especially when they start to expand into other countries that just, you know, don't have that much money. You know,
we've been saying it for a while that they need to get into the mass market, and there's been some rumors, and it's nice that we have actual confirmation that they're getting into it, and at, you know, low 30s, 31,000, not like a lot of companies that are like, oh, it starts in the 30s and it's like 39,000.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
So I think
that's
awesome.
fantastic. Yes. But let's go ahead and look at the stock and show you guys what it's doing. If you guys did not catch our video yesterday, we talked about it, but we'll kind of recap all that information here now. So looking at the stock, we can see that we're sitting again about 45.68 to end the day on Friday, about, you know, just under, I don't know, a quarter of a percent, something like that. Yeah. I'm all over the place right now. But sitting 7 cents up after hours right now. But again, I'm not too concerned about that because, you know, pre-market Monday morning will be the bee's knees. That's what we want to see. Yeah. But so we honestly predicted $45 by the end of the week this week, which I'm proud to say that we did. I did have a little hesitation the other day. You know, as it started to pull back, I thought we were going to kind of push back, but I'm glad to see that we are finally sticking to that 45 mark. Hopefully this holds and we continue to blast off from here. We do have a couple resistance of about 45, 46. If we can break that, we touched it. Now let's see if we can break it, because if we can break that, we're on our way up to 50. And if we break that, then who knows where we're going after 50. You know, we might just see those price targets that a lot of analysts are putting out at the end of the year. So I think that's a good thing. And yeah, I'm hoping to see by the end of this week. I would love to see, if we continue the same trend, which we've been doing for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I would love to see like a 48, maybe even 50 by the end of this week. Maybe.
Yeah, that would be huge.
But, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm thinking around 48 as well, but also talking about the analyst and price targets, I think here soon they're going to be putting out higher and higher price targets because the stock is moving up. So that is going to be awesome as well, and just help, you know, make the stock go up even further.
I 100% agree, but I do think we will see some kind of pullback a little bit here, you know, sometime this week because of the green days that we've been having. I'm sure people are going to start getting antsy and one out because we're pushing back up. Yeah, it's either going to be FOMO or taking profits for a lot of people. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm really hoping to see $48 by the end of this week, and if not more. I mean, that'd be spoiling us if we see $48.
Yeah.
But that's going to wrap up this quick Nio update. If you guys enjoyed this kind of content, which we hope you did, hit that sub button, hit the like, share, notification bell, all that good stuff. It really helps support the channel, and it keeps you guys up to date on all things Nio and stock market related news. We also got links down in the description for Webull. We got one down there for the merchandise, and we got one down there for the Patreon. So if you you guys are interested in any of that, don't be afraid to shoot us a comment if you have questions or anything like that. But we got links down in the description, and we also have a link down in the first comment of the box, or in this comment section, that shows you all of that information. So again, thank you guys so much for all your support, and we'll see you guys in the next video.